Hello and welcome to the tip of the day. I'm Dr. Amy Starr with the Mesa Veterinary Clinic, Paws and Hooves Mobile Veterinary Services, and San Francisco Stables, and we're helping El Paso help their pets. So I'm sorry, this is definitely not a great location for a video. Nothing fun for you guys to look at. Sometimes I try to get animals in the background and stuff like that. But it's my admin day, and I've been running around to banks and all sorts of business stuff and wasting my time not having fun doing that stuff. So just thought I'd take a break real quick and discuss. It is National Pet Travel Safety Day, and so I wanted to discuss that a little bit with you guys. So National Pet Travel Safety Day, basically, obviously there's lots of different travel that we do with our pets in the cars, like what I'm in. It's really important, if you can, try to have your pets seat belted. That's the very best. Do not travel with them on your lap. It really breaks my heart when I see someone driving down the road with the front window down and the dog on the person's lap, and the dog sticking its head out and stuff. That is so dangerous. You are putting your dog's life at risk. You're putting your own life at risk. If you have an emergency and you have to, pull on the steering wheel and swerve really quick, and your dog is in the middle of your arms or on one of your arms, you're either going to throw him out the window or you're not going to be able to react fast enough, and you're going to get in a wreck yourself. So do not do that. The dog could fly out the window. It could get caught up in between the seat belt and your legs, the steering wheel and your legs and your body. If you have a wreck, you are going to crush and kill your dog. And your dog's bones that you're breaking could potentially puncture your own lungs. So don't do it. It's extremely dangerous. It's a bad habit. Dogs will learn to sit somewhere else, especially if you have a seatbelt on them, which is the very best. The second is, do not travel with them in the back of the truck bed. I've seen tons and tons of horrible issues, wounds and dogs being hung and dogs being dragged and all of that stuff. And it's just horrible. So if they have to be in the back truck bed, put them in a large kennel and rope the kennel down. Make sure that you use like straps and stuff like that. Tie the kennel down on all places so it can't shift back and forth or flop up and down or scoot, forward and back and things like that. Put a little blanket in there. Make sure it's shaded if it's hot outside. Make sure it's insulated or blanketed if it's cold outside. But if you have to travel with them in the back of the truck bed, that's the very best. Do not tie them with one tie in the back of the truck bed. I've seen dogs hung and drugged like that. If you have to tie them, if you don't have a kennel right away, you have to tie them. Really, there's no excuse. You can always grab a kennel, but cross tie them. So one side tie and one side over here and tie on another side over there so they cannot reach the edge. But again, remember, outside it gets super hot, it gets super cold, and the back of a truck bed makes it even hotter and even colder. That metal is really uncomfortable and really conducts the heat and the cold, and just makes it a very unsafe place. So the best is inside your vehicle, seat belted. Just like us. They should be seat belted. You want to strap them in. Sorry, I know it's getting really dark. I'm trying to hurry really fast. So you want to seat belt them in, strap them in. I've seen people make all sorts of rigs. Really, all you have to do is get a harness, put a harness on, and loop the seat belt through that. Or you can get a harness and a short leash and then loop the seat belt through that. That's the very safest and the best. Have them in the back. If they're loose in the back and you have to slam on your brakes or you get in a wreck, they're going to come flying forward and they could hit you and injure you, or they could hit the window shield, the window, and get very injured or killed. So don't do that. For air travel, a lot of people want sedation. We don't recommend sedation because it can affect the blood pressure and all sorts of things like that. If you have to have sedation, try a little bit of Benadryl. That can kind of take the edge off and make them a little bit sleepy so they relax a little bit more. If they're just really, really, really bad and they have to have sedation, come talk with your veterinarian. We'll find a solution directly for you for that situation, but it's really not recommended. The other thing is make sure that you have a kennel that's large enough that they can stand, sit, lay down, turn around. We recommend the water bowls, either doing like the rabbit water droppers, you know, the little bottle with the little drop thing. That's the very best. Or you can freeze a bowl with, you know, like the side catch bowl with water in it, so it freezes and they can lick that slowly. Put a teeny tiny bit of food, but really they can go without food for a while so that they're not uncomfortable and having to poop, and then, you know, making it really uncomfortable for them. Make sure you've got bedding in there. Even when you're just bringing them to the vet clinic, put some bedding in there. A lot of times the cats, you know, they'll get nervous and they'll pee in the kennel, and then they're covered with pee or poop, and the cats are uncomfortable. We're uncomfortable because we have to work with that now. You're upset because now you've got a cat that's all stinky coming from the vet clinic and you think it's our fault. And so put a blanket or a towel in there. It makes life so much easier. Same thing if they're traveling, you know, do that same as well. You want to keep them comfy, and make sure you've got all your documentations. Most airlines require health certificates, so you have to bring your pet to the vet clinic. And then let me see if I can turn a light on here. Oh, there we go. You have to take your pet to the vet clinic, and we do an exam and we fill out some paperwork and stuff and make a health certificate for you. And every airline that I know of, could be wrong in some of them because the rules are always changing, but every airline that I know of except for Southwest requires a health certificate. Southwest at this time of filming does not. Going internationally, there's tons of paperwork that's needed for international, and some require testing and stuff like that. It's very, very involved. So if you are going to one of the islands, Hawaii or Japan or Guam, I know Hawaii isn't international, but for pet travel it's considered international, or a lot of different places, it can be very involved. So make sure that you make an appointment very early on. As soon as you know that you have to travel, make an appointment with your vet clinic, so that we can give you all the information of what's needed, guide you to the right spot online of the checklist and stuff like that, and make it a smoother process for you. Do not wait till the last minute, because some of these things take months. The testing and stuff takes months to get results back, or for the quarantine period and stuff like that. So I think that's the main. Oh, if you're traveling like hiking cross country or camping in an RV or bicycling or anything like that, the oddball travels, you know, get with us, be safe, make sure your pets have lots of hydration and stuff like that. Make sure that if you're hiking a whole lot, that they've got pads and cushions or booties or whatever for their paws so that they don't get ulcers and blisters, just like us. And if you have any specific questions, please let us know. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Watch our Snapchat. We have a lot of fun with our Snapchat. We post some of the more kind of gory stuff on there when we can. You know, not all clients will let us post it and stuff. But definitely, if you have any questions, let us know. We're more than happy to answer them. And I hope everybody had a wonderful holidays and a happy new year. And we look forward to a wonderful upcoming year, seeing all you guys. Bye. Take care.